So we did a reaction, or you did a reaction to the College Dropout recently, the Kanye album.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, possibly more than most of these other discussions, to hear what you think about it.
Well, I guess we've listened to, this is my 5th hip-hop album.
Yeah.
Ever. And I gotta say, I've gone back and listened to this one more than I have the others.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that sort of suggests that I like this one more.
Yeah.
But I think I really do need to go back and listen to Illmatic more, and also 36 Chambers, because I haven't listened to them for, I don't know, a month maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to hold off my judgment as to which album I like more.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fantastic album. Really good,
Mm-hmm.
really good. So varied.
Yeah. That's
more
true.
more varied than the other albums, I think. Even more varied than the score.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Would you say so too?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's something on this album for everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
But I could maybe see how some people, like, there's something on it for everybody, but I could see how some people, for that reason, might not like it as much as some of the other albums. In that they might say, oh, I love this song, maybe this song, but some of the others I don't like that much because they're in a different style.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you go to 36 Chambers, Illmatic, of course there's variety in those albums.
Yeah.
But in a way they're a bit more cohesive in terms of the sound of the albums. Do you think?
Well, cohesive? I think the College Dropout is cohesive. Just because it doesn't sound exactly as similar to one another doesn't mean that it's not as cohesive, right?
Yeah.
Because cohesive doesn't just mean similar sound, it just means like stylistically similar.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, because I think
Oh.
Kanye is sort of all over the map with this album. Sort of. Like he goes from the opener,
We Don't Care.
We Don't Care, and then he goes into the, compare that to Slow Jams, compare that to Get Your Hands Up. Is that song?
Yeah.
Get
'Em High.
Get 'Em High, sorry.
Yeah.
There's such a great variety on this album, which is what I find appealing.
Yeah. Right.
It's almost like a Beatles album, and that the Beatles albums often had a great variety on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I got the Beatles in there somehow. I knew I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's a great album. He touches on a bunch of different themes, which keeps the album very interesting. You know? He's got the theme of materialism, of course.
Big one.
Big one.
Mm-hmm.
Religion. Christianity, his belief in Jesus.
Yeah.
He's also got that theme of, through the album, of his determination to make something of himself as a rapper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Against all odds, against that terrible accident that he had.
Yeah.
So I think in a sense that could inspire other young people to think, look what Kanye did.
Mm-hmm.
Look how he persevered. So maybe
Yeah.
I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's as a rapper or, in any walk of life, right? And then there's that overriding theme where he kind of is pretty critical of higher education.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, I was thinking, when I was listening to the album again, I was thinking, he that theme covers the entire album from start to finish.
Yeah.
And the skits. And I was thinking, I went on and got higher education. You're getting higher education. Members of my family do. So I was thinking, it's okay to point. At first, I was thinking it's fine to point out that not everybody who goes on to higher education can find a job in their chosen career. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And it seems to be more and more like that now. But is it really right for him to deride it and just write it off. Because from the album, I get the sense he's just writing off higher education, lock, stock, and barrel, you know? So then I went to the internet, Kai, and I read up a little bit on it.
Yeah.
And higher education within the black community.
Yeah.
And I did find out that statistically, black Americans who go on and get a degree do significantly poorer than do white Americans. Like things are rigged against them in several different ways.
Yeah.
So I had to backtrack on my feelings about that. Maybe he is really onto something there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But
yeah, well, I've heard that's... People say that that's not the most, quick and secure way to build growth within a certain type of, struggling people, right? You don't have to go to university to do that. There are other ways to do that, rather just to go into business,
right,
as it is,
right,
and spend your money into something that will grow into something more based on what you put in it. I guess.
Yeah. I think when it comes to Kanye, it's all about effort.
Yes, yeah, that's what sort of connects everything together, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and on the education theme, he's also I guess what he's mainly critical of in that one song, he's speaking to a young lady, who's going to school because her parents want her to, expect her to. Yeah. So that's also a big part of his criticism. He's telling people be true to yourselves, pursue what you want to pursue. Yeah. Not what society expects of you to pursue. So, yeah.
Yeah, and there's that basically the theme of Kanye, his whole ideology is just going against what people think, in a way. It's
you see, I don't know Kanye well, so I'm just going off of this one album.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but you're saying...
Well, I mean, even with this album, though, right?
Yeah.
Don't go to university. That's against the common conception of what it is to be successful, right?
Yeah.
So he goes against that.
Right.
Showing his vulnerability after having an accident that wasn't, from getting shot or something. It was just from a car crash.
Yeah.
50 Cent did it a year before.
Yeah, he fell asleep at the wheel or something?
But yeah, he fell asleep at the wheel.
Because he'd been working so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then makes a song that's sort of true, but has some funny satirical lines in there, poking fun at himself even.
Oh, yeah,
in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that he did that. That was good.
And then, being a rapper after people said that he couldn't. So it's just sort of redemption.
Yeah.
Going against the grain.
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah.
You'll find that with later Kanye as well.
Well, I have heard, I guess, through you. It would only be through you, because I don't talk about hip hop to anybody else. Most of my friends just don't have any interest in it. Unfortunately, it's so sad, and I got to work on them. Really got to work on them. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, and then there's the theme of religion, belief in this album, right?
Yeah.
And you can see he's struggling with it because he recognizes he needs to be more devout, but then he has songs like Get 'Em High. No, not Get 'Em High.
New Workout Plan?
No, the one after that. Let's see. I think I wrote it down here. The one I mentioned just a little while ago.
Do you know what part of the album it was?
Get 'Em High. Yeah,
Get 'Em High.
That song's about sex and women and drugs and stuff. So it sounds totally contradictory to his pursuit of a higher state of being through religion, right? Being closer to God. So I can see there are contradictions on this album, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine, because we are all a bundle of contradictions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah, completely. I think the what I get from his sort of stance or how he treats religion on the album is that he sort of, rather than wanting to be as holy or as pious as someone could be, it's more about just needing God. He needs God.
Yeah, that's true, because
not nearly as much as just striving to be holy, you know?
You're right, because he says about how, like in Jesus Walks and stuff, you know, devil's trying to break me down. I want to talk to God, but I haven't spoken to him for a long time, so why is he going to listen to me?
Why
feeling.
I'm not trying to convert atheists into believers. The way that like school need teachers, the way the Catholics need preachers, that's the way I need Jesus. That's what he says.
Yeah.
He needs Jesus.
But he's not peppering the album with references to, we have to be better people. We have to stop stealing, or we have to...
No calls to action or anything like that.
No calls to action. Good way of putting it. There's nothing about, we shouldn't be promiscuous. We should be faithful to our ladies. There's none of that. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, there is none of that, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Song-wise, okay, I do have my favorite.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear after the first time.
There's so many good songs in this album. But if I had to choose my top two, they would definitely be Never Let Me Down. Unbelievable song. I just absolutely love that. The chorus, right? And then, the chorus is just great, right? You'll never let me down. Get him up again. Get him up again. Yeah. Oh, it's just fantastic. And just the energy of that song. And Jay-Z, he just appears on the scene in that song with that incredible rapping style of his and the passion in his voice. And the lyrics of that song were just fantastic. Yeah. I wrote down possibly...
Yeah, keep going. I'm just checking something.
Yeah. You can keep going. I wrote down, Kai, some of my favorite lyrics on the album.
Yeah.
And they happen to be from that song. Where he says, I get down from my grandmother who took my mama, made her sit in that seat where white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she was arrested for the sit-ins, and with that in my blood, I was born to be different. Now people can't make it to the ballots to choose leadership, but we can make it at Jacobs or the dealership. Great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And I love how he goes. His inflections are amazing as well. Racism's still alive. Right after that, they just keep concealing it. And I know they don't want me in the damn club. You know, like he has so much.
Sam's Club.
So many dynamics in his voice.
I know, he sure does. I was going to say that about his voice. His voice is sometimes, I think I said it on the original reaction, his voice is kind of quirky sometimes.
Yeah.
And kind of very human, kind of not ordinary, but kind of like your average guy kind of voice, but he uses it so effectively.
Yeah.
Like in Spaceship, he's got that really soft approach to that song.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
In the chorus there especially, yeah.
Yeah. And then...
you must like Spaceship as one of
your... Spaceship is... Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Never Let Me Down. Jesus Walks.
Jesus Walks still, yeah.
I mean, I got a feeling 50 years from now, people will still be playing that song.
Yeah.
It is so utterly unique and powerful and meaningful and just so well put together musically, lyrically.
Super compelling.
Absolutely. It's a masterpiece. I would call that song a masterpiece.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Sort of, I guess, if that includes in the equation that it's important, that definitely.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very important song. Oh, yeah. And that's his breaking through and saying, I'm going to rap about anything I damn well please.
Yeah.
To rap about,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, as a single too, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
And I want to thank our viewers because I wondered about that big burly guy, as I referred to him as, cutting the tree.
Yeah.
And people told us that was it could be a member of the KKK.
Well, it was at the end, the same guy.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe I missed that. But
I know. It's like,
yeah.
Come on.
I was just so enamored by what was going on visually.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the aesthetics and stuff like that, that I wasn't following a linear story. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, so cutting the trees that either, the tree that would either become Jesus' crucifix or the KKK cucks. The KKK crosses, right?
Yeah.
And then, wow. Anyway, I don't think I have to go on about that song. And then 2 words.
Yeah, you like 2 words?
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
The music, the percussion is
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just great. Lyrically in every way. Just absolutely fantastic song. I think those are my 3 favorites.
Yeah. Wow, 2 words. That's cool.
2 words. Yeah.
That's great. That's like it's a pretty underrated one.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, the underrated. No, that's an underrated one in general.
Oh wow.
And that's why I like it a lot too.
Oh, you like? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. It might be in my top 3 as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised Family Business isn't in the on the podium.
Yeah. Okay. I like Family Business. It leaves you with a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
Even though he touches on the fact that no family is perfect and they all hide their little secrets. Well, some big secrets, some small secrets. But with a plane going overhead, sounds like it's running out of gas.
Yeah. Sounds tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, it is pretty small actually. Yeah.
It's funny with that song, Family Business. I think I liked it more the first time I heard it. Listening to it a second, third, fourth time.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like it, don't get me wrong. But it almost sounds a touch too sweet. Musically, I guess. Or something. But I still like it. It's still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can get that.
Can you?
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah. I don't know. And then the opener. I love the opener.
We Don't Care.
We Don't Care. Yeah. That's right up there. That's probably my 4th favorite.
Yeah. That one's so good. Super catchy.
Oh yeah.
When we do, it'll be in a little while, but when we do a Kanye reaction, the chorus, we wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on you, right?
Yeah.
Remember that line.
Okay.
It'll be in the distant future.
Okay.
Where that will come up.
Come up again. Okay. Noted. Yeah, I think one thing I like about that song is just those children singing, the contrast of what they're singing about, and these happy-go-lucky young kids. That contrast I found funny and very effective, and just the overall sound of the song.
Yeah, both those things. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Have you come around to School Spirit at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Everybody watching doesn't know, but multiple times the past few days, my dad's been coming up to me and making like going like that, just walking around. Pretending to be the Aretha Franklin sample in School Spirit.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, at first I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, okay, the chipmunk effect. That did he come up with that? Was that his idea?
No, he really propelled it into a new place in hip hop.
Okay. I remember, saying in the reaction video that when I used to hear you playing stuff, and I'd hear those high-pitched voices, I thought, what the heck's that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. And then I thought it worked in the two songs, the Shaka Khan, and the
Through the
Aretha,
Wire. Yeah.
Through the Wire.
And School Spirit.
Yeah, it worked. Listening to the album again several times, it does work in those songs, but I can't say I'm a huge fan of that overall, you know?
Yeah.
But they probably really are an integral part of those two particular songs. He uses them so well.
Yeah.
But overall, and then I was thinking, 20 years from now, rap songs that have the chipmunks are going to sound so dated, aren't they? Don't you think? Which is not necessarily a bad thing, I guess, but, you know. I can picture people years from now hearing that and kind of laughing and having my initial reaction to what, in a way. I don't know. Just
sampling is still done in rap music to this day, right?
Sampling.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it does... I think the pitch sampling, although it's not as prominent anymore because Kanye is in a different lane now in terms of what sounds he likes, they still use sped up, pitched up samples.
Okay.
So it's hard to say.
Okay.
But that's a very possible prediction.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, just because a song sounds like it's from a certain era doesn't make it bad, right? But in terms of sort of longevity, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, so School Spirit, no, it doesn't do that much for me.
Yeah.
And, but the songs I mentioned are just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go back to Graduation Day. That 1 minute song. That music is just...
I know you love
just
that.
to die for. And I'm thinking, darn, why couldn't we have extended that and made an entire, a fully fledged out song out of it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know how much you love that. I haven't really even considered it to be something that special until now.
Oh,
Bring it up.
It's just beautiful. It's very sad sounding and just dripping with atmosphere. And then it's over. It's like, what the heck?
It winds down
Yeah.
at the end and you think, crap.
Yeah, it does. Just got a couple.
And maybe I can ask you a couple
Please,
questions.
yeah.
What did you think of the features? Because there were features throughout,
well,
right?
Jay-Z, Mos Def.
Mos Def.
Mos Def?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You love Mos Def on 2 words?
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts off the song, right?
Yeah. He's just great. What a delivery that guy's got, eh? Yeah.
I think he's from Brooklyn.
Is he?
Yeah, he's...
There you go.
Yeah, I honestly don't know much about his history, but I have listened to both of his classic albums, and he's probably one of my favorite rappers. I just love... I love what he talks about.
I had no idea he was up there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that era, one of my favorite rappers, no question. I love his style. I love what he talks about. I love his voice. I think the music, his beat selection, and the beats he influences as well, just are great. And he always does well on features, and he also sings a little bit, which I like too.
I like it when I like rappers who can actually sing as well, just a bit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. And Kanye's singing on this album.
Yeah, he is.
Isn't he?
Yep.
That kind of surprised me. I didn't know that he sung.
Right.
Yeah. Not a great singing voice, but again, he uses it effectively.
It's so funny how he's able to do that.
Yeah. He really, really knows how to use his talents.
According to what he wants to accomplish.
Yeah. I really get that feeling off this album. Yeah, I mean, as far as creativity goes, it's the only Kanye I've heard, but I mean, I can tell that this guy has, he's a craftsman. Isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a craftsman, and he uses his skills really well, and you can tell he put a heck of a lot of effort into this album.
Yeah.
Just the variety alone. makes me think that, right?
Yeah, completely, and that's something that for the almost the entirety of his career remains true.
Yeah.
Just really taking some pride in the product.
Yeah, and just quickly, just going back to his rapping, just that voice of his, where he goes like, actually, naturally, stuff like that, and then he says insecure, or something like that.
Yeah, she's so insecure. Like, it's so like the thought of university is so secure. Sophomore year, ain't picked a career.
Yeah. It has you laughing. It's so well done. Yeah.
It makes things that don't even rhyme.
Yeah. Well, I know rappers do that, don't they?
Rappers do that, but it's so blatant, right? He's just adding an sound.
Yeah, you're right. It is blatant.
A career.
Yeah, but he makes it work. Yeah. So just a great album.
About that's great. About his next album.
Yeah.
I won't even tell you the name, but he does use fewer, from what I remember just off the top of my head, fewer pitched up samples.
Okay.
So I mean that's.
Well, I didn't find that on this album.
Yeah,
he used a ton of them. It was just those 2 songs mainly, right?
2 words.
He does it on 2 words.
Yeah.
Oh, in the chorus?
Yeah, right at the beginning, and then sort of going through it a tiny bit too. It's not that noticeable.
Yeah, it's not that noticeable.
Yeah.
To me, I didn't really notice it. It just blended in with the song.
Yeah, and then School Spirit. And, and that.
It's funny how we both could tell that was Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Being, chipmunka-sized, right? Her voice.
Distinctly her.
Yeah. It's Aretha for sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, the only natural progression is to show you the next Kanye album.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say before we leave, the Outgoing song,
Last Call.
Last Call.
Yeah.
Yeah, also not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But you know how it's him. It's very autobiographical about the efforts he had to put in to be recognized as a rapper and accepted early on, right?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this is the guy's first album as a rapper, not a producer.
Yeah.
And he's including this kind of long-winded for me. I found it was a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I was thinking, because I don't know Kanye well enough for that long explanation to be all that interesting for me,
Yeah.
But then I thought, go back to when this album came out, and a lot of people didn't know Kanye as a rapper, and probably a lot of people didn't even really know him, right?
Yeah.
And yet he's sticking that on his first album.
Mm-hmm.
That shows a lot of gumption.
It does.
Because you think that would be on his 4th or 5th or 6th album, where once he's a superstar,
cementing his legacy or something.
Yeah, cementing his legacy, and he's doing it on his first album.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what makes it
unusual.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it.
Yeah, that's his personality.
Kanye,
the product of Kanye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I can see how a lot of his fans would enjoy that song, but for me,
it's. I think it's. Well, I was about to say it's less about enjoying it and more about what it actually is.
Oh yeah.
But I know people actually do just love that song.
Do they?
Yeah. I do enjoy the part beforehand where he's just sort of freestyling and just has some clever bars in there. But it's not something I come back to all that often. I do love the beat from it though. Those harps.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes. Oh yeah, I do remember the harps. Yeah, they were really nice. The sound of the harp, yeah. I could have gone on for 15 minutes about Jesus Walks.
You can do a whole separate video if you really want to.
Oh, maybe. Total masterpiece.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, fantastic album. So glad you introduced me to Kanye.
Oh, good. I know that playing music around the house, I've played Kendrick among many other people, and you really thought, wow, from what I can tell, especially with swimming pools, right?
That's the one Kendrick I knew.
Yeah, and you think, wow, this guy's really it's quite something.
Yeah.
And then you hear Kanye and you think, okay, this guy is also something, but not something that is as good or I like as much as Kendrick. From the small sample size.
That's right. I knew maybe 6 rap songs until we started our channel.
Yeah.
And swimming pools, which I used to call drink.
Yeah.
I thought, whoa, this is so distinctive. This is so cool, creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd heard bits of Kanye, and I thought, right.
You thought he was sort of trying too hard, almost.
Yeah, trying too hard or something. And Kanye, on the basis of that one song, sounded more organic, like it was coming directly from him.
Who? Kendrick?
Kendrick,
yeah.
Sorry. Whereas Kanye, it sounded like he was trying to craft something. And, he coming from him, but taking pieces from elsewhere. Kendrick, to me, on that one song, sounded like it was coming straight from him. But that was my very preliminary feeling.
Yeah, I guess now after you get a whole album of Kanye, it's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it is.
There's quite a progression with him, so...
Oh, I got so many to listen to.
Oh, it's actually insane. Yeah.
Nice. And Kendrick.
I haven't even shown you a great Kendrick album.
I got a feeling Kendrick's going to be a little more dense, a little more cerebral.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because they're so different, but they do make you think a lot.
Cool. Nice. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go ahead.
Oh, hope you guys enjoyed our little discussion out here on a beautiful summer's day, and we're looking forward to seeing you again real soon.
Yeah, see ya. Thanks for watching.
Bye.